stocking friends, and thank you for joining me for another process video. And today I'm working on another Elvis the donkey layout. Elvis resides at the Isle of Wight Donkey Sanctuary where I am a volunteer, and if you follow me you'll know that I do quite a lot of donkey layouts. So I was there the other day and he was inside, and just look at that face. I mean, I know I do a lot of Elvis layouts, but oh my gosh, that face just got me. I was sort of he was in this area and I was sort of here saying and doing something with the other donkeys, and I just saw him looking over and I thought, oh, he's looking for me. Hopefully he was looking for me. He may not have been. So yeah, I've put that onto tracing paper. These two papers came from the paper pads that I get from the range, and as I didn't want to do like an ordinary framed layout, and I was trying to come up with another idea, and actually the paper just was laying on top of this paper sort of at this angle, and I thought, oh yeah, I quite like that, so I left it at that. I've got this tag here, which was a tag. I've cut the tag bit off because I just wanted to use it as like a chalkboard piece, and I think that's the only one I've got left actually. I had quite a few of those, I've used them all. So this is my Simple Stories Foam Alpha Colour Vibe in yellow. I've got some little wood hearts here, I've got some card candy pieces here, and I've got some baker's twine in black. And I've already placed this down, so that's ready to go. And then I've got this piece, I think is probably just going to go centered, and it's probably going to be another simple layout. I haven't pulled out any other embellishments, so I don't think I'm going to add anything else to it, but I thought I'd put the title here and do that in yellow, just because of this sort of paper's, you know, it's sort of yellow, isn't it? It's not a bright yellow, but I think I've said it before, I don't mind mixing shades of colours and things. And I thought, well, I've got this is probably the closest alphabet to this that I've got, and also I didn't have, I possibly would have done it in black, but I definitely haven't got E's in black, and you know, 1, 2, 3 E's in this piece, so yeah, I needed the E's. And then I was thinking I might outline or edge the this pattern paper with this baker's twine. I think I might definitely, well, I say I might definitely do that. Doesn't make sense, does it? But I am definitely going to do that. I'm no longer thinking about it. And then all my donkey layouts have to have hearts on them, so I think I'm going to leave the hearts bare wood today. And then I've picked up these pieces of card candy in black, grey and white, which are Elvis's colouring. His colouring is kind of quite a dark grey, very dark grey or black on his body, and then his belly's quite white, but he's also, you know, his legs are quite grey, so he's got a mixture of colours. And I thought I'd use those to just add a little bit of interest to the corners of my pattern paper there. No, we'll get this, I think we'll get this down. See if we can get that straightish. Doesn't have to be centered really, just want it to look nice to the eye. So I don't think I'm going to get the ruler out today. I'll just pop that down, and then we'll add these hearts. I could have sort of done these in the colours of Elvis, like black, grey and white, or I could have done them just white or even yellow, but I decided on the bare wood. The bare wood look, because, you know, of him being in the barn area. He's been a little bit hot and bothered lately, has Elvis, with the hot weather. So he is sometimes in the barn area. He's an older boy. He has got some health conditions. Oh, he was in there with Buttons. Buttons has got an eye condition at the moment. So yeah, usually when they're in that the big barn, it's because they've got a short-term sort of acute health condition. Right, I think that looks nice. Once that dries, you won't see the white through it. We'll pop this title on here, I think. I'll place it loosely to begin with. Make sure I like the placement, and then I shall press it down once I'm happy with the placement. It's a lot cooler here today. We've had some quite hot weather recently. much cooler today. We had some rain yesterday and there's a little bit of a breeze going on, so yeah, it makes me happy. Probably make this boy happy too. Pop that down, and I'm kind of just sort of saying, you know, and my title is kind of sort of me thinking that Elvis is saying, I'm over here. Don't forget me. That's what I like to think anyway, in my vivid imagination. I do see him a lot. He's my best boy. I did try to groom him that day, but yeah, my volunteer colleague had actually groomed him the day before, so he didn't really need a groom. So I groomed buttons. Now then, is that too big a gap there? It looks like it's too big a gap. Just move it over slightly. So I gave Buttons a good groom and spent a bit of time with Elvis as he was inside the barn area that day. Because when he's out in the field, he's quite often, you know, far away at the far end of the field. Bless him. He likes to do his own thing, does Elvis. There. And he's an older boy, so, you know, he's entitled to that, isn't he? Right, I think that looks nice. Get these down. I tend to just pop these on a tiny foam pad. I prefer to use the circular ones for these card candy pieces, but I've only got square ones, so I'm not going to buy any more until I've used all these square ones, and then if I can get hold of the tiny circular ones, then I'll get those. If not, I'll carry on with the square ones. So you can't really, you can use wet glue, but because they're like a dome, you know, I don't know whether the glue would dry properly. Maybe it would, but you'd have to kind of squish them down, and I like them to have that domed appearance to them. I think that's come off there. Yeah. Now I need to get this down, don't I? To run the glue along the edge. Try and get it in the right place this time, unlike on a previous layout. There, I think that's okay. Start off with this bit here and get this in place. I've cut a little bit extra, so I've got a little bit of leeway on the end, which I'll cut off when I've finished. And then I couldn't decide whether to cut this or just, you know, bend it around the edge, because I wanted it to be quite a defined edge, and I thought I would cut it, but actually when I was practicing, I thought I could get it to look quite okay without trimming it, and then you don't have that fray in you. So I think that's okay. It's not a completely square edge, it's a little bit rounded, but I want that to go right alongside the edge of the pattern paper. There's no gaps between that and the thread. Try and just cover the, you know, the edge of the paper so you don't see it. There, I think that looks nice. Now I've been thinking, oh, that photo doesn't look right to me then. Now, sorry I'm pulling things up, but actually, yeah, I think that's because of the angle of the paper. Yeah, that looked weird. Did it? I think I want to do it like that slightly. I think maybe I didn't quite have the photo in line with the top of the paper. Obviously, you know, my mind's playing tricks with me because of all the angles going on here. But yeah, that does look right. I think I'm going to straighten that up a little bit, like not have it straight along there. Have it slightly going down at this edge, because that looks better to my eye. Oh, now I'm not sure. I've got a habit of doing this, haven't I? Obviously I want this to nestle into that little bit of torn tracing paper there. So, ooh, that is playing tricks with my eyes now. Is that right? That's probably how I had it before. Actually, I'm just going to leave that, because I think whichever way I do it, I think it's going to play tricks with me. So I've got this silver Encore Ultimate Metallic ink pad, and I think I'm going to try and do the date in silver. If I can, just get that in the bottom corner there. Smudged a little bit, hasn't it? Let me see if I can wipe that off. Yeah, I managed to wipe that off. So, oh, is it going to smudge? I'll try it one more time, try and keep my hand steady, not smudge it. That's okay. Yeah, that's fine, but I'm not sure if that's going to dry very well, so I may have to spray that with my spray that I use. Spray and Shine, it's called, Crafter's Companion. It's like a seal. I may do that just to make sure that dries properly. And then I think, other than the writing, we might be finished. So I've got this to go here, and I'll probably just say in here, just look at that face, because that's, you know, when I look at that photo, that's what I'm thinking. And then I'll probably just say Elvis was looking over, and I like to think that he was, you know, looking over at me. So what I'm going to do is snip the ends of these off once they're dry, just let that dry a little bit, do my writing with my Wight Gelly Roll 05 pen, and then take some photos, and then it's finished. So once again, thank you for joining me. Stay safe, take care, and I shall see you next time.